one of the things I want to talk about in tonight's super small, short, whatever show is the fact that there was a white supremacist who were out there raising hundreds of thousands of dollars, over $500,000, for a woman who hurled a slur, i.e. the N-word, at a black child. Over the last week, white supremacists, anti-Semites, and racists have been supporting a woman accused of calling a black child a racial slur by helping to coordinate her donation drive and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. They have leveraged the fundraising campaign to spread hateful talking points and legitimize their ideas. The woman, identified in media reports as Shiloh Hendricks, was depicted in a video that began circulating on social media on April 28th, allegedly accosting a black 5-year-old at a playground in Rochester, Minnesota. I mean, is it allegedly if the video shows her doing it? In a video, the man in recording asked the woman if she called the child the N-word, and she responds by hurling the slur at the man recording as well. May 1st, crowdfunding campaign was created on the Give, Send, Go app, which what conservative Canadian truck drivers, I think, were using once GoFundMe wouldn't let them use their platform for all their BS-ery. Let's see. Several ex-users known to promote extremist and anti-black rhetoric have since claimed shared responsibility for coordinating the effort. They assert that Hendricks will be the primary recipient of the funds, and Give, Send, Go campaign indicates this is the case. Give, Send, Go campaign went viral on X, and the link to the page was mentioned over 25,000 times. This is the writing of the campaign received over $700,000 of the $1 million goal from 26,500 donors. White supremacist donations fueled with hate. So they were saying hateful language, hateful derogatory words right there. I even think that she basically said, yes, I called him that. And she basically admitted, from what I've seen at least, that she admitted to her using the racial slur against the child. The comments and donation names include a wide variety of racial slurs against black people, white supremacists and Nazi symbols, and calls for the killing or deportation of non-whites and Jews. Because, we always get thrown into the mix because everybody hates us. Dozens use their donation to comment to leverage anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, saying that we are the reason for the mess, that we have been flooding the countries with bioweapons for centuries, that Jews are using diverse immigrants to dilute the white population. The Goyim are figuring out Jews are using non-whites to wage the war against God. Why would Jews have to wage the war against God? These are all ridiculous things that are being said on this site. And of course, let's just click over here for a second in case there was any doubt of the executive order number that I was talking about before. Donald Trump's executive order that was numbered 14188, i.e. 14/88, which is typically used by, anti-Semites. The account White Lives Matter donated $14.88, and the average white man account also donated $14.88, i.e. $1,488, each of them. I mean, I'm shook that they didn't just go ahead and do 14.88 and go the cheap route because, they are a-holes. But yeah, 1488 rears its ugly head yet again. So there's no denying that Donald Trump's numbers that he used to label his supposed executive order on anti-Semitism, there was no doubt in my mind, and there's no way that anybody can logically question whether or not that was numbered specifically to be hateful towards the Jewish people and these contributions as well. Which is one of the reasons why I always am confused when I see racist Jewish people or when I see anti-Semitic black people, because we need to stand together. We need to stand. The marginalized and oppressed cultures, oppressed communities in this country need to stand up and stand together against these hateful people. Of course, this also reminds me, it wasn't GoFundMe. It was the Give, Send, Go or whatever it's called. So, people with, wives who are in the hospital trying to get, help, for that sort of thing, lots of generous people went ahead and donated to my GoFundMe, and the link is still on the page if you still want to support. But that got just under $3,000 is how much we got for the GoFundMe for that, and I appreciate everybody for what they're doing. But we live in a country that has raised over $700,000 for a racist a-hole. This country is lost. This country is lost. Now, maybe some people say maybe the country is lost. Maybe people say this is a feature of the country, that our country features anti-Semitism and racism and bigotry, and that's what we were built on, so why would we expect to be any different? But I expect that we always improve ourselves and that we should always be yeeting the Nazis, the racists, or whatever from everything. If anybody deserves to be deported, it's the anti-Semites and the Nazis and whatever, and the bigots and the racists. Deport them for deporting anybody else. Anyway, what do you think? Agree, disagree with me? Leave your comments down below. Remember to like the video, share, subscribe to the channel. And unless you're a Nazi or supported this Give, Send, Go campaign, have a good night.